What has just been revealed from the Burruss Tucker family drama is something that you won't believe. Finally, Riley Burruss broke her silence and set up, as well as revealed her stepsister Kaela Tucker in a manner that nobody should have anticipated. Fans had been able to observe subtle indications of competition between the two stepsisters for a number of years, but nobody could have predicted that the rivalry would be as intense as it is now. The revelation that Kaela had been covertly seeing a white man for almost a year was made by Riley, who sat down for an interview and disclosed the information without holding back any information. She stated that this was not just a tiny crush or a passing connection. It was a relationship Kaela tried to keep hidden from the entire family. As far as I am aware, Riley has stated that she was aware of everything from the beginning, but chose to remain silent in order to wait for the appropriate moment to reveal it to the world. The decision that she made to finally speak out has caused the entire home to be rocked, and this is where things start to get interesting. Riley provided an in-depth description of the manner in which Kaela would sneak out to see him. She went on to explain that Kaela had acted as though she had other obligations, possibly telling Candy and Todd that she was out with friends or busy with her work. But the reality was quite different. According to Riley, Kaela went on many secret dates, meeting him again and again, and nobody at home had any clue. The surprising part, however, is not yet over. When Todd Tucker, her father, heard this for the first time, he was left startled. Todd could not believe that his daughter, who he thought was open and honest with him, had been living a covert life behind his back. Candy also responded passionately. She had always assumed that Kaela wasn't completely transparent, and now she felt that her feelings were finally confirmed. The weirdest part of Riley's confession was that she said Kaela had been really serious about this man. She mentioned it wasn't simply casual dating. Kaela had devoted her time, her emotions, and her energy into keeping this relationship alive. Riley revealed that for months, she fought with whether to expose this or not. She didn't want to start another fight between the families, but she also couldn't keep witnessing Kaela living a double life. Destiny took an unexpected turn when Riley finally determined that silence was no longer an option. She said the world needed to know, and more importantly, Candy and Todd deserved the truth. What makes this narrative different is the timing and the history behind it. Riley and Kaela never had a healthy bond. From the very beginning, there were issues of jealousy, favoritism, and unspoken competition. Candy and Todd often tried to bring the daughters together, but the divides lingered. Riley had often intimated in the past that Kaela was not fully trustworthy, but no one took her seriously. Now, with this revelation, Riley believed she had proven her argument once and for all. Candy admitted frankly that everything she had been warning about Kaela for years had now come to light, and Riley stated she felt both relief and regret because she wished her stepsister had been honest instead of pushing her into this position. The Burruss Tucker family, already notorious for its ups and downs, now faced one of its biggest controversies. Fans have seen them fight before, but this was something else. This was not about money, celebrity, or little fights. This was about secrets, trust, and betrayal. With Riley exposing Kaela in such a public way, the family's private problems transformed into a news controversy. The home that was supposed to be filled with love and harmony was now divided even more, and the concern everyone had in their minds was if this family would ever be able to heal the damage, or if this was the beginning of a long war between the two daughters. This is where the narrative started to take an even more dramatic twist. Because after Riley exposed Kaela, the responses inside the Burruss Tucker family were nothing less than explosive. Let me tell you, Todd Tucker was left in full disbelief. As a father, he always assumed that Kaela trusted him enough to share everything. But realizing that she had been hiding a meaningful relationship for a whole year destroyed his heart. He was not just astonished, he was deeply disappointed. The weirdest aspect is that Todd frankly said he had no signs, no suspicions, nothing at all that pointed toward Kaela harboring such a large secret. For him, this discovery was like a storm arriving without warning, and it created a wave of confusion in the household. Candy Burruss, on the other hand, reacted in her own manner. Fans already knew that her relationship with Kaela had been difficult for years, but this incident offered Candy a chance to say that her worries about Kaela were legitimate. Candy said that if she spoke about Kaela being aloof, secretive, or different, people felt she was exaggerating. But here is the startling part. This news proved Candy correct in front of everyone. She felt as if her voice, which had been ignored for so long, was now taken seriously. Still, even though she felt justified, Candy was also unhappy because as a mother and stepmother, she knew this revelation would destroy the fragile family relationships even further. Riley explained in further detail throughout the interview why she selected this opportunity to speak forward. She stated she had carried the burden of knowing Kaela's reality for months, and it had grown too heavy to hide. Riley stated that she used to see Kaela sneaking out, making excuses, or saying she was busy with projects, but deep inside, Riley knew the real reason. What makes this story different is how Riley portrayed herself, not only as a sister exposing drama, but as someone who believed she was doing the right thing by sharing the truth. She claimed she didn't want her mom or Todd to be blindsided anymore. She wanted the family to accept reality instead of living in denial. But Kaela's silence screamed louder than words. After Riley exposed everything, Kaela did not rush to defend herself publicly. That silence prompted even more questions. Was Riley giving the full truth? Was Kaela afraid about how her father would react? Or was she just waiting for the storm to calm down before presenting her side? The unanswered questions just made the controversy larger. Fans were divided. Some backed Riley, saying she was brave for finally speaking up, while others believed she betrayed her stepsister and brought private things into public scandal. The weirdest aspect is how this exposed relationship became a symbol of all the underlying problems in the family. It wasn't simply about Kaela dating a white man surreptitiously. It was about loyalty, trust, and honesty inside the home. Destiny took an unexpected turn when what should have been a private family issue erupted into the public eye. Everyone began to wonder how Todd and Candy would handle this new storm and whether the link between the sisters could ever be healed. The drama was no longer simply between Riley and Kaela. It had pulled the entire Burruss Tucker household into the fire. The surprising part, however, is not yet over. After Riley's interview spread, the scandal did not stay limited to the Burruss Tucker home. It became a significant conversation point among fans, blogs, and even people close to the family. Everyone started asking, why did Riley decide to expose Kaela? Now, some people believed that was pure honesty, but others felt there was a hidden objective. This is where it gets interesting because Riley and Kaela's history had always been full with quiet competition. From the way Candy nurtured Riley to how Todd supported Kaela, there had always been whispers of favoritism. Many viewers concluded that Riley now saw her time to take the spotlight and prove she was right about her stepsister all along. Candy herself said she was torn. On one hand, she could not deny that Riley's remarks fit what she had felt for years, that Kaela was hiding something. On the other hand, as a mother figure, she realized the damage this exposé could bring. The craziest part is that Candy reportedly told close friends that this incident was proof of how delicate her blended family really was. She felt the balance she had tried to strike between Riley and Kaela was never strong enough. And now the cracks were emerging in front of the whole world. Todd Tucker, meanwhile, was in a different position. He was caught between his duty to Kaela as her father and his horror at her secret. Destiny took an unexpected turn for him because while he wanted to defend Kaela, he also could not ignore Riley's assertions. Todd had always attempted to keep peace between the two girls. But this situation made him realize the gap between them was significantly wider than he thought. He felt betrayed because Kaela never trusted him with the truth. And at the same time, he was upset that Riley chose to divulge everything in such a public way instead of coming to him privately. What makes this story different is how swiftly the family's private drama escalated into a full-blown public controversy. Social media exploded with discussions. Team Riley or Team Kaela? Some followers applauded Riley, praising her courage to reveal the truth, while others argued she was being harsh and jealous. People were making comments saying things like, "Riley just wanted attention," or "Kaela has the right to love whoever she wants." This, love whoever she wants. This, divided reactions simply stoked the flames, making the controversy harder for the family to control. And while Kaela stayed silent, her quiet generated even stronger waves. Every day she avoided speaking, the rumors got stronger. Fans started asking if Riley was lying. Why didn't Kaela clear her reputation immediately? And if Riley was telling the truth, then why did Kaela hide her relationship in the first place? The unsolved questions kept the audience engaged, waiting for Kaela's move. Meanwhile, Riley stood firm, insisting that she simply stated what needed to be spoken and that the truth could no longer stay buried. You won't believe how the drama unfolded in the final stage, because this was not just about a clandestine connection anymore. It became a test of loyalty inside the Burruss Tucker family. As days passed, the silence from Kaela started to look heavier. This is when it gets interesting. Many people began to believe that her silence was simply a quiet confirmation, as if she accepted Riley's version of the story without saying a word. But here is the startling part. Behind closed doors, Candy and Todd were facing sleepless evenings, disagreeing over how to deal with their girls and the storm surrounding them. The craziest part is how each parent reacted differently. Candy was still sticking by Riley, claiming she always trusted her daughter's instincts, and now she felt proven correct. Todd, on the other hand, was trapped between his love for Kaela and the strain of the truth that Riley had set in front of him. Destiny took an unexpected turn when Todd reportedly admitted to close pals that he felt powerless. Powerless as a father who couldn't protect Kaela from exposure, and powerless as a husband who couldn't ease the mounting tension between Riley and Candy. Meanwhile, Riley stayed steadfast. She told followers she didn't want to hurt Kaela, but wanted to stop living in a house full of secrets. Riley added that she believed expressing the truth was the only way to break the cycle of hidden drama. But what makes this story different is that Riley didn't just expose a connection. She showed the broken trust and weak bonds that were already there in the family. Her words painted Kaela as someone remote and secretive. And even if Kaela spoke up later, the harm had already been done. Fans stoked the fire even more. Social media arguments hit their peak with hashtags spreading everywhere. Guess Team Riley or Team Kaela. Some wrote that Riley was brave while others said she was harsh. People observed that this dispute illustrated what happens when stepfamilies fail to find real unity. The home that was once considered as glamorous and robust under Can's fame now seemed split and weak. And the most agonizing truth was that the bond between Riley and Kaela, already weak, might now be severed forever. So the final question came to the fans. Who was right and who was wrong? Was Riley doing the right thing by speaking out? Or was Kaela the victim of betrayal from her own stepsister? The family issued no final answer, leaving the public to decide. And that is why this dispute did not end with a solution. It ended with a choice. Are you with Team Riley or Team Kaela? Comment below your opinions. Share whose side you are on. And don't forget to subscribe since this family drama is